Hi, and welcome to part 4 of this unbagging of this massive 9 kilogram bag that I got from eBay. Looking obviously for, well, it'd be lovely to find gold and silver, but that's unlikely to happen because this has come from another dealer. But we did find a pair of gold earrings in part 1. So fingers crossed for another find, and a little bit of silver chain in part 3. But other than that, we're just looking for bits that we can resell and bits that I'd like to upcycle. We have this probably handcrafted bangle that's been wound with thread. Quite nice, but that can go in craft. And here we have a nice sparkly bangle. These crystals have got a nice AB finish on them, so very sparkly. That would have been a nice one for New Year's. And it's a good size, so we'll sell that just as it is. If you remember, if you've seen the other parts, in these bags were a lot of brand new necklaces, all identical. Lots of 3-strand vintage looking necklaces, just like this one. Another 3-strander, plastic beads, made to look like a vintage necklace, but it's brand new. We'll sell that one just as it is. And here's another one of them. Oh, get several of them out. This is another. That's broken. Quite a few of these, even though they're brand new, have been broken. We have a pile of broken, and I will upcycle the beads from them. There's a purple 3-strander. That's okay. That can be sold as it is. And here's another broken one. That can go in the upcycling pile. This, exactly the same. And that can be sold just as it is. That one's intact. Little silver. It's probably an anklet. With a little, I think that's a faux freshwater pearl on there. That's cute. That can be sold as it is. This must be the 5th one of these that I've had. They're brand spanking new, and they're all peeling, which is awful if you think that somebody's made that plastic in such poor quality that it's not even survived to get, you know, to be sold. That's a single earring. We have a pile of those. That's part of a necklace. That would be quite easy to fix. Just wondering if it's long enough or if there's another part to it. I'll put that in the upcycling pile, and we'll check that that's it's probably about 16 inches. This bracelet has no stretch left in it. There's a nice big glass beads that really need a clean up. We could do something with those beads. So that can go in the upcycling pile. Bit of manky old cord. That's a, is that a bracelet? It's a bit small. Oh, I suppose, no, it's okay. That's a bracelet. Unusual. We'll put that on the selling pile. Oh, everything's coming together in one heap. Right, we'll get this out. This is somebody's craft project from home. Someone's just randomly glued some buttons on a bracelet. Put that in craft. And we have an earring that's tangling stuff up with it. It's got some plating loss, but I'll put that in the single earrings pile. It might have a friend. This is a vintage style choker. It's quite nice. Who's it by? It's got a coin on it. It's quite lightweight, but that's quite nice. Yep, that could be sold just as it is. Doing quite well for things to sell. I think we've got some multi-strand necklaces in here. Bangle. Looks like it to be brass and copper. Quite heavyweight. It's quite small. But I quite like the mixed metal look, so that can be sold. Another one of these brand new 3-strand necklaces. Sorry, joggled the camera. Coming at you go. They've got these hook clasps on them. This is another one of these horrible beaded necklaces that are peeling from day one. Nice little stretch bracelets. Stretch is about to go, so we'll have the beads from that. I have a box of beads which we use for the children to make elasticated bracelets. So it's always nice to have some pretty colour beads. Another brand new necklace that can go. And oh, this is I'd say tassel on. These are glass beads. No maker's mark. Clasp is okay. Nice glass beads. That can be sold as it is. Oh dear. That will come out. This is no maker's marks on that. The pearls are coated and they're just starting to peel. Probably why it's in a charity bag, in a mixed bag like this. I think we'll cut that out, and there's some nice little beads in there. Those are nice crystal beads, and these are nice metal beads, so we'll cut that one out. Is it coming out? Oh, you will do if I undo your clasp. A cordy necklace. These charms have got some wear to them. They're losing their plating. So that can go in craft. This is quite that's a stretch bracelet that the stretch has gone on completely. But they're lovely glass beads with a swirl in them. And some very nice pink sparklers. So nice beads in there, and then there's this rose necklace that's completely tangled into it. That it's lost some stones here, but these little bits here will make nice earrings. You can have a matching pair there with a little dangle below, little red dangle. We'll get 2 pairs of earrings out of that. So that'll be a nice upcycle. Put that in the upcycling pot. This is a bracelet. Good size bracelet with a couple of charms on it. I'm going to put that in upcycling, and I think we could use that as a charm bracelet. I'll take those charms off and use it as a blank. These are plastic beads. Yeah, just very cheap plastic beads. They can go in craft. And what can we get out of here? This is some of these black beads are really scratched. It's quite a nice bead. Reminds me of a sweetie. What, they cough candies or something? Used to look a bit like that. There's some crystals on it. A nice red bead there. Shame we haven't got a pair of those. You can make a make a pair of earrings. We had a pair of those, but nope, we haven't. I think we'll just take some of the beads off of that. Some of the black beads are pretty horrible. Now, what's going on here? We have a how'd you go? Just some cord with a little bit of chain tucked into it. Always like to check the little bits of chain. Oh, and that's marked. Let's get this chain out. It could be silver. Let's see what we can do with it. Little detanglement. Put that out of the way. Now this has got some marks on it. Nice little chain. What do the marks say? Bear with me a second. 95 Italy, and I can believe that's a silver chain. It's tarnished just like silver. That's a nice little find, and always useful. Always useful. Yeah. I think either we've got a lot of chain caught up in here or I've got a multi-strand somewhere in here. Talk amongst yourself for a second. Have I got a multi-strand or have I just got lots of chain caught up? That is a sparkler and a half. That's all there. It's pretty. Any maker on here? Nope, no maker's marks, but that's a pretty little sparkler that can be sold just as it is. Then we have, there's the multi-chain. Which is wrapped up with another one. This is the multi-chain Fandango. Here you come. I always find that multi-chains are a real sausage to untangle. But that's quite nice. I don't like that. That's lost its plating. But the rest of it's quite nice. You could replace that with something else and have quite a nice necklace there. Right, that's in the upcycling pile. And then we've got a bracelet with random lampwork beads. Look at that, that's really pretty. That's a nice glass bead. That's a lampwork bead. And little bits of gemstone on hanging off. And a little elephant. That's an interesting bracelet. There's some nice elements in that. I have a think. Do we cut that up? Or do we keep it as it is? I'll have a think about that one. I'll put it in my upcycling box, and when I come to it, I'll make a decision. That's a single earring on the single earring pile, and this is a long pendant with a tassely thing. And got the tassel, and it's a long pendant. with different colour chain in it. Not too sure about that. Will it sell and is it fashionable? It's always sort of the question you've got to ask yourself. Or we could try it in the shop, and if it doesn't sell, we could bring it home and have the chain away. Yeah, and have all of those bits of chain away. So we'll try that one in the shop. Oh, this is delicate. And see these little leaves? Really delicate. Really sweet. It's made by somebody as well. It's made by LBVYR. Or L. No, it is LB. They're really sweet. Nope. Not silver, but very nice. We'll try and sell that one. And obviously, if those don't sell, that'll make some lovely little earrings, wouldn't it? Okay, we'll try and sell it as it is. And next up, that's an interesting necklace. Do you think that should have had something in it? Not sure. That's interesting. It's another one I think we'll try and sell as is. And, or maybe not. These pearls are on fishing wire. And they're not doing very well on it. I've just felt I don't know if you can see, there's little spikes sticking out. They're going to stick into whoever wears it. I think that one goes on the upcycling pile. Oh, a shell bracelet, a vintage one with a vintage barrel clasp. Are you okay? Yep, that clasp works. We'll sell that one just as it is. That's nice. Nice pale pink shell bracelet. This bracelet has got a lot of wear to it. The plating's completely come off of it. So that can just go into craft. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at those beads. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. This has been handmade by somebody. You can just tell by the way that it's been crimped at the end. But that's very pretty. It's also very small. It doesn't meet around my wrist by, I mean, it's got an extension chain, but I should imagine that's actually for I've got a 7.5 inch wrist. And I should imagine that's for a 6-inch wrist. So what I might do is put that in the upcycling and make it a little bit bigger for your standard wrist. And also it's a bit, I don't know if you can see, it's on wire, and the wire isn't very, it's a bit stiff. The wire isn't very flexible, so that's on the upcycling pile. Up. How many times have we had this necklace now? This one's all there, all complete. So sell that one as it is. Another earring. A little Marks and Spencer's bracelet. Nothing wrong with that. We'll sell that one as it is. Oh, that's a pretty scarf clip. I always struggle with selling scarf clips. They're just not popular, but I like that one. It's a nice design. Shame that the pearl has lost its coating, so that can go in craft. And that's an anklet. That's an anklet, and that's sweet. I'll put that one out for sale. We do have some belly glancing classes around us locally, so maybe someone will come to that. Another pink bead. That's 2 of these now that have lost their clasp. So we'll rescue some, the hook, so it can't be hooked. So that one's on the upcycling pile. Well, this is a pretty necklace. No clasp. Pearls and AB coated crystal beads, clear crystal beads. It's just the cords starting to let go. Some gapping. But that's a very pretty necklace. I do like that. It's got a lot of weight to it. You hear that? It just sounds nice. I think we'll put that one to upcycle just because it's starting to let go. Shame. That's just some plastic beads. They're starting to let go. I'm going to put that in craft. Well, that's a nice earring. I'm going to put that in single earrings. Maybe it's got a friend. I have no idea what that is. That can go in craft. A clamper. Very pretty blue beads. Got some wear around the back of it. And we'll try and sell that one. And if it doesn't sell, then that can go to craft. But one of these, I remember when these were fashionable. These are, you just bend them however you like. Use them as a choker, put a little twist in them, whatever. I never really got on with them. It's a bangle with, it had little brass dots in it. Several brass dots missing. I can go and craft. And this is a, I don't know what this is. Maybe it was a bracelet. Little chips of gemstones on it. Yeah, it's a little bracelet or a little anklet with little chips of gemstone. I think it's got some bits missing. Put that in craft. Bangle for craft, bead for craft. And this is a vintage bracelet. Looks to be all there. Oh, and it's got a maker's name. It's Jewelcraft. That's nice. Clasp works okay. Great. We'll sell that one just as it is. Nice vintage one. These are glass beads. Lovely colours. That's sweet. The elastic's just going. So we'll put that into upcycling. Another bracelet. Has it got all its rhinestones? Some nice white cat's eye beads. Oh no, it's lost a cat's eye just there. It's not the sort of thing in that oblong any shape that you're going to actually be able to replace. Okay, so we'll put that for rhinestone harvest. Bead. Hi. Unfortunately, my phone cut out again and I carried on working and talking away to myself, and you weren't listening. You couldn't hear me, so this is the last of the dregs out of the bag. It's mainly beads and bits and pieces that can just go to craft. We have a large bundle of necklaces that can all be sold as is, and a smaller pile of necklaces that need little repairs. And we have quite a few bits for upcycling. And while I was away, I've altered this necklace. Remember, this necklace had that little bit there, which is all worn and discoloured. So I replaced it with a little flower and some beads to make this a 3-strand necklace that you can now wear. Quite pleased with how that one turned out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching part 4. And I will say goodbye now. Goodbye until next time.